Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to make a cheap, easy meal with some of your Thrive Life food storage. Alright everybody, welcome back. So today I'm going to show you how to make a cheap, easy meal using some of this fairly new, it's about 2 years on the market, shredded beef from Thrive Life. We're going to take some basic ramen soup, some home ingredients that we already had. I do have some freeze-dried onions from Thrive Life that I had left over and I needed the can for another project. And we're going to put together kind of like a beef lo mein kind of dish. There are lots of ways to use your Thrive storage, both as emergency food as well as everyday meals. I kind of like to do a little bit of a crossover. This is how I'd be cooking in, say, a power outage or any kind of disaster. Of course, on a, propane grill, just with the stuff I have. And I think these are pretty much in every prepper's storage pantry somewhere, at least a few of them. The soy sauce, the teriyaki sauce, this is stuff we use every day, but I do have this put away for usage, in my storeroom. And this is, of course, the freeze-dried beef. So what we're going to do is I'm going to hydrate some of this. This is half a cup of water to 1 cup of the beef, and I have a cup measure right here. So the first thing we're going to do is put a cup of beef in there. Let me get this going here. That's about a cup. Get a little bit more. A little bit under a cup. There we go. That's close enough. I'm going to dump that in. We're going to get about half a cup of water. So, of course, with a 1 cup measure, it's half. And we're going to put it heat on low. And I'm going to bring you back once that's fully hydrated. And don't forget, too, to mix the water around in there. I'm going to bring you back when that's fully hydrated, and we'll see how it comes out. So while that's going, I forgot I wanted to bring you back and show you the ramen. We're going to put the ramen soup on, of course, because the ramen will cook fairly quickly. And that stuff there will be done in probably under a minute or so, maybe 2 minutes at the most. It does hydrate very quickly once you boil it. You can boil hot water and then put it in and let it sit for 5 minutes. But I tend to do it this way because we're going to be seasoning it later before we put it into our noodle mix. So, these are just soy sauce flavor. This happens to be my favorite ramen. Eventually down the road, I'd like to do a video on all the different types of ramen, even in my small town, that I can find. There's lots of interesting different types of ramen you can taste out and test out that are a little bit better than just the plain old ones, but this one works pretty good. And again, we're doing this like we do in an emergency. This is how I cook in a power outage or disaster or whatever. There's that. Let's pull these back. And we're going to let that boil. So, once these are ready and that's hydrated, I'll bring you back. We're going to season this in this pan over here and get it ready. Alright, so the noodles are almost done over there. I've got the beef in here. Beef is definitely finished up there. You can take a look inside, see what it looks like. Let's get that out on this pan here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add some dried onions, a little bit of soy sauce, a little bit of teriyaki sauce, and 1 of the 2 spice packs. I don't want to go crazy with it. There's your onion. I'm going to add a little olive oil to cook everything in. I have a little package of it out here, which is kind of convenient to use. A little bit of olive oil just so I don't burn everything. That's good. You can use butter, olive oil, doesn't matter, whatever you use. I'm going to light that up. Just do it over a low heat to kind of cook the onions a little bit. We're going to put some salt and pepper in there too. There's some more of those freeze-dried onions. And we're going to take the beef and pull that out. There we go. A little bit of residual water. I might have put a little too much water in, but that will boil off as we're cooking the meat and seasoning it. And it'll keep it from burning too. So, that smells good. Gosh, that really does smell good. So this is an easy way to do like a quick little meal for 2 type thing. During some kind of emergency or disaster. We've got the soy sauce now, and I'm just going to squirt a little bit of that in there. This also will keep you from using too much of these flavor packages, which have a ton of sodium in them. I mean, this stuff does too, but it's not as bad. A little bit of teriyaki sauce. And we'll let that sit. and heat up. And then we'll put everything together. We'll use one of the spice packs, mix it all together, and you'll see you got yourself a decent meal. Even in a real emergency, you could do this on 2 different camp stoves if you had to. Or you could take it up another level and put some onions and mushrooms and everything else in here. If you have that stuff from Thrive, which I do, but I didn't want to open because I don't want to open them up and just use them for one video. So anyway, we're going to just let this cook up. This stuff's all hydrated now. Making sure it's all soft, yep. And bring it back when it's ready to be dumped in there. Alright, so everything's pretty much done. I've got this on a very low heat, which I'm going to turn off. I'm going to take some of these noodles, not all of them because I made a lot, and we're going to put them in here. And this way you don't have to strain them either. You're just kind of scooping them out like that. Just drop them in there. There you go. You can strain them if you want. I didn't bring a strainer out here. So this makes it a little easier for me. Maybe one more scoop. And I'm going to put in some of the liquid, because I'm going to put in some of the seasoning as well down here. There you go. Now I'm going to mix this up, bring you back, and show you what the final dish looks like. Alright, so here's the final dish. I'll put the other extra noodles in another container for another use another time. And there you go. There's your final meal. Looks pretty good. Let's give it a taste and see what we got here. Get a piece of beef on there too. And some noodles. I mean, that's a real hearty, easy, simple meal. And yeah, the ramen isn't the best nutrition in the world, but let's face it, in an emergency, it's gonna be good. Yeah, that came out awesome. I want to burn my top there. But as you can see, it came out darn good. Real simple, easy meal to make. That will probably be my lunch today, and I'll enjoy it. So I mean, that's really simple. It's something easily done with a simple 1 can of that, and using a little bit of the shredded onions, or the dehydrated onions, diced onions that I have from Thrive, but these were put in here because I wanted the can for something else. So it's a real simple meal that you can put together with something as simple as just 1 can of Thrive Life food, and using your regular stuff that you have at home. You know, your teriyaki sauce, whatever. If you want to use fresh onions, mushrooms, if you want to use the Thrive mushrooms, whatever, you can all throw that in there. You can do a little leeks, a little scallion, whatever. Make it a really good meal. I like to do these kind of crossover type thing where, yeah, I'd make that for lunch in a hurry, but I'd also make that as a meal during an emergency when I may not have fresh vegetables to cook with. So anyway, that's the video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Check out our Thrive Life site down below and see what you like. This is their shredded beef. I have to say, this is really good tasting stuff. And the ingredients on it, maybe with the new camera we can show you the actual ingredients. Beef, salt, that's it. There's not a bunch of junk in these, so it's really good stuff. Anyway, I thank you for watching. Don't forget to check out our Thrive Life link down below, and our Amazon link as well. If there's nothing in the store you like, just shop as you normally would. Helps out our channel a whole lot. And don't forget to check out our Olight store as well. Lots of good deals on flashlights there. Anyway, folks, thank you for watching today. Stay safe and stay prepared.